Yo, so you know how that one kid was traveling for the holidays or whatever? The
Hmm.
Eagles user in here. He's like 20 minutes from where me and Bill live.
Really?
Yeah.
The little man, little kid.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's funny as shit.
He said NC in one of the chats, and I was like, "What part of NC you in?" He was like, "Mooresville," and that's like right down the road from us.
You should go see him.
That's he says his last day. I'll catch up with him next time. His dad's like, "Who's this old man trying to meet up with you on the internet?"
Yeah, that's great.
Oh, I hope I got Player of the Week with Zach Wilson.
Bro, that dude was calling me dad in the chat while his dad was right next to him. And I was like, bro, you gotta chill with that.
Okay. All right, let's get more people in here. That's the thing. I don't know if we're doing it like at bad times or what. Because like this is the second time we try to do it in Headhunters, and yet I only see one person in here, and it might be me because I still have my YouTube page up. Like Clean Slate,
Bro,
we
I
get
suck at scoring on the goal
10 to
line.
15 people.
Yeah, I can go for it on fourth down when it's fourth and goal. I'm just gonna do it anyway.
My fucking gosh, hold on.
Touchdown, fake field goal.
Oh, you ain't have to do that to him. How many people in right now?
Right now I see 3. All right. I guess we'll just start. Um, I guess welcome everybody to the second media stream for No Headhunters. Tonight you have myself, the Ravens. We have we have the Lions, which is another commissioner, the Giants in here, and we have I believe it's football team. So confused.
Yeah,
So there we go,
football
football
team.
team. So we got two divisional rivals in here. Oh, I see the numbers climbing up, so we got a few more viewers
Some
now.
rival chat.
I'm here. Let's talk about the Colts QB debacle. I mean, you cut Carson Wentz, so I mean, there is a very big QB debacle, but we could get to that. With that said, have you guys played yet between football team and Giants?
Yeah, we played in the second game.
Second game. How did
He
that
beat
go?
me. I can't remember the score, but he won.
I'll go take a look.
Yeah, man, this like a
I was
long time ago.
So it was
oh
27-20
Oh
for
yeah, I remember that
Giants.
now. I could stream on and start shitting gooses.
So what do we
I
got?
was in a little Madden slump, but I got my team together now with Darren Waller.
Geez, okay, so you got Zach Wilson on the football team. That's interesting. So passing yards wasn't very high. 1 TD each. A lot of interceptions between the two of you. Bucks here, can you talk about how my division is right now? An honest opinion. How tough, I'm guessing, is what you meant to say, not though. Okay, yeah, we could take a look at that for sure.
Yeah, let's talk about
Uh,
that though.
Which division is that?
so that was the Buccaneers division.
Okay, okay.
Buccaneers.
Oof,
Okay.
oof.
We'll definitely be getting to a few topics. I mean, so yeah, put your questions. We'll talk about it. We have Bordell listening at work. I don't know which team you are, but sounds good. Edgardo, NFC South. Yeah, I know. So we'll go take a look since they're very curious about that. take a look at the standings. Um,
It's tight. They're
for the
good too
NFC.
for the NFC South.
Oh, okay. So that's definitely one of that's one of the tougher divisions in this league, I would say. The
I picked
Panthers
them
are
off
pretty
again.
bad. Falcons 5-2, Saints 5-2, Buccaneers 5-3. Okay, so that's gonna be an interesting
Mm.
division to look at. Um, let's take a look at some of these schedules. Who have they played so far? Have they had any matchups between each other? AFC West is, but we all trash. I've played two of you users, so um, can you talk about how much I suck? Oh, with pleasure. We could talk about that. Let's go take a look at the Buccaneers. Who has he played so far? How does that division? Just because they're really interested in that. So he beat the Cowboys. Then he played the Falcons and lost. So just looking at the PSNs, Falcons is a good user. So it makes sense that he's got some wins and he's doing well with them. He
Yeah,
beat
he's
the
solid.
Dolphins and he's beat the Saints. So he's played the Saints and the Buccaneers. Yeah. No, so the Buccaneers played the Falcons and lost, and he lost to the Saints. So I know the Saints is a good user too. So you're definitely in a tough division where you're gonna have a hard time winning this
Winning.
division. You might make the playoffs, but I don't think you'll win the division just because I know these other two users and they're very good. Um, what do we got? We got the Falcons. Who did he lose to? So Falcons lost to the Giants, so that's interesting. And he's lost to the Dolphins. So the Dolphins seem to be a team that's beating everybody in these common opponents, I would say. Who's the other one? The Saints. Saints lost to the old Packers user, which makes sense because he was really good. And the Saints lost to the football team. So,
Oh yeah, I beat
interesting.
the Saints. Yeah, yeah. I'm 4-4 though. He was solid though. It was a good game.
Yeah, he's
No,
very
actually,
good.
I whooped him. He was having an off game that game, I think, because it wasn't. I was sacking him like crazy.
Falcons out to the Dolphins is a fair sim, I think. Very possible. We could go through the standings just to get a look at everybody. AFC North is the first division. So you got we're kind of a tough division too. I mean, you got me at the top, 8-0. I'm assuming I'm gonna get my first loss very soon. I have to play the Dolphins next week, which I think could be a tough game for me. Steelers 5-2, which I've seen a few of his games, and he's a good user. And the Bengals 4-4. I know he's a good user too. He's just gotta work on his roster a little bit. Um, AFC South. Anybody? So you got the Titans at 8-1, 8-1, and then the rest are just having a hard time, including the Colts with his QB and cutting Carson Wentz and running with probably like a 58 or 59 overall QB.
Mm.
I don't know what his plan is, especially since the draft class isn't very strong for QBs. I think last time we checked, there wasn't a QB projected to be in the first round. So
Nope.
that says a lot. That says a lot about the prospects this year.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. He's gonna have to run the ball a lot, Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah, but then you can make him one-dimensional, right? If you know he's going to run it and force him to pass, then it's going to be tough. I know he's got John Ross, who he likes to go to for his receiver. But again, if you have a 59 overall QB making the passes, I don't know how accurate he's going to be. AFC East looks pretty interesting. You got the Bills at 5-2, Dolphins 5-3, Jets 4-4, and then the Patriots 3-5. So I think that division could go either way depending on who beats who within the division. So that'll be an interesting division to look at going down to the playoffs. AFC West is one of those divisions where no one seems to want to win. So I don't know who mentioned it earlier, but yeah, the AFC West is pretty poopy. You got the
I
Chiefs at
like your
4-4.
terminology.
Well, I am a teacher, right? So I gotta cut down on swearing sometimes. So Chiefs are 4-4. The other
I'll say
teams
swear.
are 2-5 or worse. So yeah, not very interesting. We'll get to some of your divisions now. So you got NFC North, which is actually the Lions division. Oh, here we go. We got the Colts user still talking about the threshold issue that he seems to bring up. So he says John Ross is worthless since the threshold is still at 50. So we got the Packers at 7-1. They were 7-0 before the new user came in. And so his first game in the league, he actually lost, and that's why he's 7-1. We got the Vikings at 5-3, who is also a new user. He was part of that game that happened yesterday against me, where he kind of gave up on the game and did it in the wrong way. But he's still above 500. So the Lions, who again seems to be tanking. I'm going to use the quotation air quotes, saying that he's tanking, where he's 5-3. But
What a great tanking record.
when he takes a loss, though, he's tanking. But when he wins, he's not tanking. I guess.
Hey,
I
we
don't
started
know.
the season tanking, and the Knights got mad.
So he's 5-3. I think he might actually make the playoffs with a terrible team like the Lions, because he is a good user. So then you got the Bears at 3-5. I don't know, Lions, if you want to talk about your division a little bit, just give other
My
people a
division's
chance to
just fucking
talk.
stacked. I
They're
mean,
stacked.
we got new users that we're gonna be looking at. So
Packers is decent though, even with the new user.
yeah, and that's his team,
But
so he knows that team.
Trading away Aaron Rodgers was rough for him, like for the older guy, because he could not do anything with Mac Jones. I'm
He's still
guessing
got
he's gonna
Jordan
roll with
Love.
Jordan Love. Yeah.
Send Mac Jones over here. We'll do something with him.
But that's the thing, is it's not that he just lost Aaron Rodgers. He also doesn't have Devontae Adams anymore, who got traded again because the 49ers couldn't re-sign him. But
Oh, stop trying to spam the ball to Tyreek Hill.
so the Packers have some work to do for sure. Defensively, he should still be okay, but offensively, it's definitely going to be a new look. Vikings, I just know him from another league where he plays really well. I think he tried the same plays on me last night, saw that it didn't work, and that's what caused him to kind of just play the way he played. So I think if you could take away the plays from him, he could be beat. He also traded me Zadarius Smith. I don't know which team you are, Tyler Pope, but
That's
interesting.
Patriots.
The Patriots? Oh, okay. Well, there you go. So I don't know. I think the Packers have a lead to win the division, but I could see all three of these teams actually making the playoffs. So we talk about the NFC South, which again, actually in the NFC North, it might not be possible for all three teams to make it, because it all depends on also in the NFC South who will make it, because there's a limited amount of spots for the playoffs. So we'll see. And then we get to the NFC East, which we have two of our hosts that are a part of, which seems to be even quite a bit.
Yeah.
So you got Cowboys 4-3, and then everybody else 4-4. So it's another one of those divisions of we don't know who wants to win this one. It's really just like we're playing our games and we'll see what happens, kind of thing.
Zach Wilson heating up, man. Football team's getting going.
So
Yeah, I mean, that's what's important too, right? It's getting hot at the right time and playing good football at the right time. I will say that football team has the worst record against NFC teams in the division, so that probably won't help you. But you're beating up on the AFC teams for some reason.
I'm gonna be honest. I made that Darren Waller trade. He's nasty, man. Him and Scary Terry both had over 100 yards last game.
I mean, yeah, Scary
Who'd you
Terry's got
pick?
the speed, and then Darren Waller's X Factor with the speed and just a monster tight end in real life and in Madden. So
Yeah. And then still got Antonio Gibson running the ball.
yeah, you got a good team if you build them up, especially with Zach Wilson, and you got some young pieces there that it'll be tougher for you to win maybe now, but when we get into year 2, year 3, then yeah.
No, I'm beating this kid 21-0.
And then we got the Seahawks saying that the NFC West is ass too. Well, yeah. I mean, you got the Cardinals leading the division 4-4, 49ers 3-4, Rams 2-7, Seahawks 1-7. Um, I could still win the division starting 1-7. I mean, if you do that, that's pretty impressive. But you gotta start winning.
It ain't gonna happen though.
Yeah, start winning.
You definitely gotta start winning.
Yeah, so the only reason I stopped tanking really, because I'm not really tanking anymore, is because of the quarterback situation. There's no QBs in that draft.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So I mean, I'm rocking with Jared Goff, but
Who's this
I've been
Falcons
looking.
QB? There you go.
I have 2 first-round picks.
That might not be worth it, to be honest. I mean,
No,
you
so
could probably still get
I'm
players to
gonna
help you,
try.
but
I'm gonna try to trade them possibly to see if I can get a move and get a nice quarterback.
yeah,
But
He
we'll
said,
see.
"Who is the Falcons
yeah. I
QB?"
don't know. I'm going to look in the
Felipe
stats
Franks.
because it's Franks he's running with.
Yeah, he's got an 84 speed, 86 acceleration.
Yeah, yeah. I know. I know who he is. A lot of people like to use him in different leagues just because he's got that speed and he's a little bit more mobile, and I think you could
91
develop
throw
him better
power.
than Taysom
Yeah,
Hill.
you could
So
develop him for sure.
yeah. Um, but still, I don't know what stats he's putting up with him. Like, I mean, at a certain point, I'm guessing his attributes aren't great. 13 TDs to 6 interceptions. So he's averaging 238 yards per game, but his average yards per attempt are 9.5. So I mean, he's not like trying to go for the long bombs. He's just dinking and dunking everywhere and getting the yards that way.
He's winning games.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, his awareness is 64. So once that awareness goes up, the overall is going to go up quite a bit too. So it's a good guy to develop, and he's 23. He's put the superstar development on him. So this guy
Well, yeah.
is
What's
going
your
to be a
fourth
good
down
QB.
rules? Because this dude's going for it on the 28.
Is it tied or are
No,
you?
I'm up
Is it,
21-0.
oh, if he's down, he could go for it.
Oh, okay. I was about to say.
Um, so yeah, he could definitely develop this guy. He could turn into a very good QB, and he's got some weapons, right, for the Falcons.
Oh
Running
yeah,
back, he's using Patterson, but the receivers, I mean, Kyle Pitts is another guy that's going to be a monster.
He said, "I'm gonna beat Vikings." Man, that's my Super Bowl right there.
Calvin
He's at
Ridley.
me.
That's my Super Bowl.
It's game of the year, man.
So no, I know this guy's a good user, and that's why he's putting up the numbers he's putting up and getting the wins that he's getting. Um, I don't know if you want to take a look at some of these stats. I haven't really looked at them, to be honest.
Oh, is that Smith Schuster? Touchdown. I'm up 28-0. Can I
oh
still throw the
man.
ball?
You can't score anymore.
Oh, really?
Yeah, sit it
Yeah, it
down, man.
sucks.
Be a good sport.
You
Um,
ready? Watch this. I'm gonna go in the chat and say you woke me up for this.
oh, boy.
Hey, you're talking about the wrong league right now.
Oh
man.
man, these
Yeah.
stats ain't too bad. This is Mahomes leading the league in passing,
Which makes
yards at
sense.
least. But Zach Wilson's third, baby. Let's go. A lot of interceptions though.
Yeah, and when we look at touchdowns, you got Tannehill leading in touchdowns with a good ratio of 7 interceptions only. So
Oh yeah.
Zach Wilson, yeah, it's a little bit different. He's got 21 to 23, so
23 picks.
you're just slinging it and don't give a shit or whatever. He catches it, he doesn't, he doesn't. Um, so yeah, I mean, we got some good numbers for TDs, some really bad numbers for interceptions. I mean, I didn't want to throw you under the bus like that, but I mean, we got Daniel Jones at 27. But yet, the Giants are still 4-4. So I mean,
How many
you
have
know,
I thrown?
you're Jared Goff. So you have 11 touchdowns, 19 interceptions.
Not bad, not bad.
It's Jared Goff.
I don't know. Where is Lamar? What are my stats? They're probably not that great. So my passing yards, 1,576. I'm under 200 yards per game, 14 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. So I really just don't try to force the ball. I just play mistake-free football, and that's what's helping me get these wins. But I'm not anywhere close in the leaderboards for stats or anything.
I have only thrown 2 interceptions in my
I just
past
picked
2
him off
games with
again.
Zach Wilson.
Hey,
Oh,
bro.
he's trash.
And now I'm taunting.
If we look at rushing yards, you got Derrick Henry leading the way at 1,000 yards, which makes sense. I think the Titans are 8-1, so they're off to a really good start too. Jonathan Taylor, which is pretty much the Colts offense,
Yo,
962
look at my chat.
rushing yards. We got DeAndre Swift for the Lions, which is why he's probably at 5-3 right now, is at 845 yards. And J.K. Dobbins in the top 5 at 743. If you look at touchdowns, you got Aaron Jones at 14 on the season, so he's leading the way in rushing touchdowns. Kamara at 11, and DeAndre Swift at 9. So, I mean, DeAndre Swift's having a pretty crazy season. Packers from Clean Slate is filling a missing person report for Vikings. Whoa. Okay. I mean,
Who said that?
that's the Seahawks user in this league, Colts in Clean Slate.
Oh man.
If we get to receiving yards, you got Scary Terry leading the league in receiving yards, which is pretty impressive. Devontae Adams at 713. Travis Kelce, the first tight end on there, 681. Justin Jefferson's at 676, and that was because he got force-fed for like 200 yards yesterday and like 20-something targets, so that's why he got up there. Darren Waller's in the top 5, so you got Darren Waller and Scary Terry up in the top 5 for receiving yards, which is pretty impressive.
Ball.
McLaurin is second for TDs. Gronk is first at 9.
Wow.
A lot of 7s up there. Anything impressive for defense? Tackles for loss. Let's look at sacks. You got Myles Garrett at 9.5. Interceptions. Micah Hyde at 8. That's kind of impressive. Bobby McCain from football team, 6 interceptions. Logan Ryan from the Giants with 6 interceptions. Not too bad. Anything the chat wants to talk about? Or?
Quarterback interceptions. Honestly, I think Daniel Jones got the most interceptions in the league, if I'm not mistaken.
He's
Baker
second.
Mayfield.
Yeah.
He's Baker Mayfield.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Daniel Jones is second at 27. Mayfield at 29. Russell Wilson at 26.
I might try to take that record.
Next time you play me, you will.
Let's look at some of these team stats.
Run the ball. Run the ball. I'm turning to Alabama.
So, total offensive yards in the top. We'll do the top 3. You got Titans, Packers, Bengals. For passing, Chiefs is leading the way, Bengals second, and the Jaguars are third. Oh, we got a message from the Seahawks saying Russell Wilson's riding the bench the rest of the season.
Send him here.
The trade deadline's passed, but maybe in the offseason.
I'll open it.
I hope. It was in the works, I swear.
Best
was in the
rushing,
I got DMs.
the best rushing yards. We got Titans leading the way first with Derrick Henry, so that makes sense.
Oh, look, another pick.
Myself second, and the Colts are third. Oh, we got people talking about trades in the chat now. If you look at points per game, Packers are leading the way at 31.6, Titans 31.3, Bengals 30.1. Titans football team were both tied at 22 passing touchdowns, with the Bengals at 21 rushing touchdowns. So, from what I could tell, what was I looking at? Football team. Oh, okay. He only have 4 rushing touchdowns. So it's the Titans, actually. Titans are putting up a lot of numbers, which was probably why he's getting a lot of those wins, because he's in the top 3, 4 passing and rushing touchdowns.
Wow.
I'll review his penalty next season, but it's like 30 plus this season. All right. If we're looking at defensive side, so total yards. So you got the Cowboys leading the way for total yards, well, least amount of yards allowed, with the second least passing yards allowed. Saints are first with 1,113 against. Rushing, you got the Cardinals at 491 rushing yards allowed, so they're number 1 for that. I like to look at points, honestly. Like, that's the one that's more interesting to me, because yards don't mean anything if the person can't score. So the top 3 right now are myself at 111 points allowed, the Bills 132 points allowed, and the Saints 134 points allowed. How are these teams doing it? You got some of these guys getting a lot of sacks. So you got the Browns at 26 sacks, the Bills 21, the Buccaneers at 20. So the Buccaneers have a good pass rush from what I could see. Football teams leading in fumbles, or fumble recoveries, they have 8. The Packers and Rams are tied for 5. And this is where I think, football teams leading also in interceptions. He's got 27. I got 27, and the Vikings have 23. So those are the teams that are doing pretty well at taking the ball over on defense. I fumbled against a football team like 5 times.
Who said that? Saints.
So the Saints said that, yeah.
Yeah. That was a bad game for him. Like, my defense was just getting everything.
Take a look at some of these yearly awards. Surprising.
Oh, I didn't realize that came out yet.
Yeah, so very surprising. Leading the way for MVP is actually DeAndre Swift.
Oh, nice.
Hello.
So Lions 5-3. They're being led by DeAndre Swift, and so he's potentially going to win MVP.
Get it.
Look at Coach of the Year. We have the Jets user for some reason at 4-4,
Hell no, I'm
leading the way.
coaching these fucking Lions.
Falcons 5-2 are in second. So I don't know. I guess it's just because they're not very good rosters, and they're assuming that they should be not good. So I would say the Lions should be up there. So. You guys are all in the NFC, so it's kind of. We'll go over the AFC quickly, and then we'll talk about the NFC a little bit. Offensive Player of the Year.
The Ravens are beating everyone. We get it.
No, not even. That's what I'm trying to say. Is that I'm 8-0, but I don't have guys like all over the leaderboards or anything, because 1, I've been winning games easily, so I have to bench guys. And 2, I just play mistake-free football. I don't try to go for long passes all the time or rush like crazy. I'm just doing what I got to do to win, and it's mostly my defense. So it's Derrick Henry for Offensive Player of the Year right now that's leading the way. I could go through the list. I do have some guys on the list, but...
That's my rookie.
Wrong lead, dude.
I just scored another one on a fullback dive.
Defensive Player of the Year, you got Micah Hyde leading the way. The one surprise I do have is I have Justin Houston on there, who the old man is having a good season for some reason. And he's not going to be on the team next year. I'm not signing him, so if you guys want to go pick him up after he has a crazy season, go ahead. Offensive Rookie of the Year is Trevor Lawrence leading the way, with Najee Harris right after him. Just go through the list a little bit. Defensive Rookie of the Year, Asante Samuel Jr. A few Dolphin players on here, a few Raiders.
Yo,
on here.
look at my chat. Keys.
Yeah, I seen it. He's about to be salty.
So, best QB in the AFC is Ryan Tannehill right now. Best running back.
Balling.
Best running back, Derrick Henry. So you got the combo from Tennessee. Best wide receiver is technically the Raiders wide receiver, Devontae Adams, but he just got traded there, so it's not because of what he did with the Raiders.
Bro, I'm picking them off left and right.
O-line is actually myself with the Titans mostly. And a couple of Browns players on here. You do have Quentin Nelson on there, so that's to be expected. Defensive line is the Browns. You have 3 Browns players on here. I guess they're on the field quite a bit, so. Linebacker, Matthew Judon. Best defensive back, Micah Hyde. Best kicker, Tyler Bass, even though we don't really care about kickers. And let's get to the NFC, just so you guys could maybe talk about a few things. So, Offensive Player of the Year, obviously, is DeAndre Swift, because he's also leading an MVP. Anybody else that you guys have on here? You got Saquon Barkley on here.
Yeah, I got Saquon down there.
And Scary Terry on here.
Scary Terry's on there, sweet.
Defensive.
If I can get Saquon though, with this old line, I'll be surprised. But
Defense Player of the Year, you got leading the way is Jair Alexander, but on the list you also have Bobby McCain from the football team, Logan Ryan from the Giants, Cameron Curl from the football team,
All
and
the interceptions.
Devin Bush from the Lions. So that was a good pickup. Offensive Rookie of the Year, you got Travis Etienne leading the way in the NFC.
Oh, this guy's so
Zach
salty.
Wilson's on the list. That's about it from
For
you
which
guys.
award? Rookie of the Year?
Yeah, Offensive Rookie of the Year.
Oh, he's way
Rookie
down
of the
there.
Year. Yeah. I have no idea who this guy is. Aziz Ojulari. I don't know if I
that's
pronounced
my
that
boy.
right. He's on there. Another crazy name for the Lions. I'm not even going to try and pronounce it, but he's on there.
Afitu Melifonwu. There we
Yeah,
go.
that guy. Best Q. Like, I find this weird. So for best QB in the NFC, there's only 3 players. There's nobody else. The other QBs
big
don't
league.
matter. So it's Zach Wilson, Sam Darnold, and Kyler Murray. That's it.
Wow. Sam Darnold.
And they have a 2-7 record. So I don't know.
Wow.
Best running back, obviously, DeAndre Swift. Barkley is on there again towards the bottom. Best wide receiver in the NFC currently is Scary Terry.
I
Yeah.
gotta clamp him up, man. Right now, his gotta clamp him up.
Best O-line, you have Cowboys on here. You have the Buccaneers on here.
Bet you want to see
Even
Giants
though,
on there.
even though I know he traded
Yeah.
Tristan Wirfs, I believe, which I wouldn't have done, but tell football team he's trash. I think he already knows. He's well aware.
Bartle.
So
I already know who that is.
best D-line, Prison Mike the GOAT. I mean, obviously, but best D-line, you got.
Yeah, we ask Keith's kids about Prison Mike.
Wow, what do they say?
Ask what they chant.
What do they chant? There's definitely something, some kind of inside joke I'm not in on. So. Jeez. Best linebacker, Logan Wilson made it. A couple of Lions players on here. Trey Flowers as a linebacker.
Yeah, he's
Devin Bush.
outside linebacker.
Is he? Okay.
Yeah.
F Prison Mike. That's what they chant.
Whoa. Who said that?
Kick.
Dollar
Kick him.
bill.
You're
Boom.
gone.
Oh, that's
Boom.
what Dollar Bill said.
Sell him. He's gone
Sell him.
to the streets.
Best DB, Bobby McCain, Logan Ryan, Cameron Curl,
Bro, why are these on 8
Landon Collins.
quarters?
All right, so the football team's got like 3 guys on there. And the best kicker in the NFC currently is Graham Gano from the Giants.
Yeah, you gotta use that.
Landon Collins on there. He's my backup safety. He'll even
Yeah, he's
start.
on there. He made the list. I mean, we went through some of these stats. We talked about the standings a bit. I don't know if you guys have anything you want to bring up. I don't know if the chat has anything. I'm kind of curious about this chant, but I don't know if I'm going to hear about it.
I'm trying to figure out how to stream.
It goes something like, what is it? What did he say? Keith, that's your kid.
Dollar Bill put it in the chat.
He put it in
Whoa,
the chat.
what?
What did they put in the Discord?
Hold on. Maybe on YouTube. I didn't see. I can't say it out loud. Don't want any chance getting started.
Well, he said F Prison Mike. I don't know if that's what they're saying.
That's the chant.
Is it? Jeez.
He said it as a joke though, because he was watching your stream, and he got mad that you were destroying someone or something. And he was like, "Man, fuck Prison Mike," and then his kid started screaming it.
Is that why you said he's my favorite fan?
Yeah.
Yeah, the kid.
That's funny. Yeah. I tend to do that.
Repeat everything.
Oh, there's a
Zach
QB
Wilson's
that ends
on
up
MVP.
in the top 5 for the draft class.
Yeah, it's one QB in the top 5.
Conrad
Another
Britton.
one
But he wasn't
Yeah,
there
some
before.
Trash.
Parker Short. These QBs weren't here before. They're just poop, I guess. It's kind of like the draft class where it's like Carson Wentz and Jared Goff were the top picks because there was nobody else.
Yeah. Carson Wentz definitely didn't deserve to be known top draft pick.
Jared Goff either.
Yes, he did. Oh wait, no, he didn't. Fuck him.
Jared Goff had like half a good year and then nothing.
All right. I don't know if you guys want to talk about anything else. Or...
Who's winning the
Maybe.
Super Bowl?
Yeah, we
Mid-season
can maybe make
prediction.
some. Yeah, we can do that.
What standings? Let me go see. I don't think I played anybody yet who just made me think like, damn, this guy gotta fucking win it all.
Yeah, nobody really whooped up on me too bad. Titans looks good, I guess, because Tannehill's going off, and then he's got Derrick Henry too, so he's obviously hard to stop.
Yeah, it's like Titans in any league is probably gonna be good just for the fact of
Derrick Henry.
we know they can't be stopped in one aspect of the game.
Well, if you let him get his ability, that's done.
Yeah, ain't no stopping. Like besides the Ravens, like besides you, besides the Packers and the Titans, everything else look like it can just be a fair game because we have
It's
a lot
pretty
of 5
wide
and 2,
open.
5 and 3, 4 and 3, 5 and 4, 4 and 4. Like everything is pretty solid all the way down.
A whole division of 4-4 teams.
Yeah. It really is. Like, the league is very even right now. It's cool.
Yeah, so literally like the playoffs can come down to the last week.
The only thing I will say is if you look at the points for aspect, you got the Titans and the Packers leading the way. So Titans are definitely leading the way by a lot over everybody. And the
is that?
Packers
What's
are
his
leading the
name?
NFC. So the Titans is, I think it's like CMB Mike or something like that. He's
Okay.
in Clean Slate. He's the Bulls, who were also the football team before that. So he's a good user. So yeah, it makes sense. So yeah, he's putting up 282 points. So I mean, he's up by a lot on everybody. And then the Packers are leading the way in the NFC, so I mean that could easily be a Super Bowl matchup right there. Um, Again, I'm 8-0, so it could happen too. I mean, I have a good defense more than anything. My offense isn't anything special, but my defense is playing really well. I got a tough schedule coming up too, so I don't know if I'll finish strong on the season, but I should be up there. It'll probably be between me and the Titans, I would say, for the AFC. NFC, I don't think the Packers will take it just because he's a new user, right? So you guys make any predictions? Who are you saying? Like, pick one team AFC, one team NFC.
Lions.
And I'd have to say the Titans out of the AFC or the NFC. Yeah, AFC.
Because they're
AFC.
Lions.
All right, so you're saying Titans out of the AFC, and who are you saying out of the NFC?
The NFC is wide open. That's the thing. The NFC is crazy. I can't even think. Probably in Lions, I guess not. Don't the Vikings
Hey
look
yo!
good too?
I got
really don't know.
fans.
But the Falcons is a really good user too.
That's who
He's
my
raw
pick
at the
would be,
game.
I think. I would probably take the Falcons in the NFC.
Anytime I played him, he's whooped my ass.
So I've played him twice, and I'm actually 2-0 against him. So I don't know if it was being lucky or not, but
Out of the NFC, I got the kid. This is the best season he started with, so
he's playing really well. He's playing really well, and he's 4-4. I mean, who knows? He has lost 3 straight, so that means what? He was 4-1 at
Where's
one
the
point.
trash can emoji at?
He was 4-1 at one point.
So he was
All right, so
4-1 at
let's
one
see who
point.
lost.
So he was off to a good
yeah,
start.
he was playing pretty solid. Let me see who he was.
And he's definitely gotten better. So
Yeah.
I still
He
wouldn't
lost
take
to the
him.
Falcons. Barely lost to the Falcons. I say that. He lost to the Bucks, the Raiders, and then the Lions. So he's lost to good people. So he's
Yeah.
winning the games he should definitely win.
So that's a fair assessment, right? Like he's definitely gotten better, and yeah, he's playing well. Like
Yeah.
we've never
I'm gonna
seen him
give him
have
my
4
vote.
wins before. So
Give him some encouragement, man. I take the kid. Let's see.
So that's funny because he's actually one of your divisional rivals, right? So
He is. He's not beating me, but well, he might be. I gotta play my punter as my kicker to even things out, so I might not be able to make kicks.
And funny enough, the one loss that the Titans have is actually against the Colts this season.
Shout out to that man. He humbled the guy. That was a good game. I remember watching it. Now that I think about it.
Okay, so to be fair for the Titans, which I just noticed, 4 of his wins were forced wins.
Oh,
So that takes away
okay,
from his
okay.
record.
Yeah, and
Yeah, I see. He had 3 straight force wins.
4 actually. 2 away and 2 home.
who would even get his force ones against? I played all my games.
Hawks,
The Jets, the
Jets.
Jaguars.
Jaguars, the Bills, and the Chiefs.
So in his actual wins, he beat the Cardinals, who I don't know if this is still the same user from the beginning.
Yo,
I know
Keith,
he's
look
been
at my
struggling
chat.
with Kyler Murray. So the Seahawks, who aren't very, very good this season, he beat the Colts and then he beat the Rams. So the 4 games he actually won, he hasn't played tough opponents necessarily. So that does change a lot. He's 8-1, but half of his games were forced wins. So a dark horse to look for in the AFC is the Jets.
Oh
He
yeah,
always
oh yeah,
runs
that's
the
my guy.
ball.
Yeah,
He runs the
always
ball
gotta go
well.
with the
He's
Jets.
very good. So he's gonna make the playoffs. Like I know that for a fact. He's gonna make the playoffs, and he's a tough opponent to play against. So
He get back from the honeymoon, everybody in trouble.
You're already back.
Oh damn, whatever. There we go.
yeah. Do we think DeAndre Swift is gonna be the MVP for the season? And keep up his
DeAndre
pace?
Swift getting hurt in like a
Oh,
couple
yo, I
games.
thought you guys booted that Lions user.
We let him come back because he wasn't like Bill beat him in the playoffs. So I mean, and I played him, and he only beat me by like 10. So I'm like, he's
He
not the
destroyed the
best ever.
Cowboys.
Did he whoop the Cowboys?
Yeah.
Who'd he play? Or who? What's the Cowboys user? I meant I don't know who he is.
DC Boys, Bo DN Toucan.
Oh, he's a solid user too.
Okay, so when I played the Lions, Swift actually got 120 total yards. He had 67 receiving and 65
I think I
rushing.
thought I was tanking when I was playing you. I
Yeah,
forget.
again, he says he's tanking. It's just if it's a loss, he's tanking. If he wins, he's no longer tanking. So we just don't know what the identity of the Lions are right now. He's on a bye week, so he's still not sure if he's tanking or not.
Are we gonna advance again?
And then he's playing the Steelers, so I'm guessing he's gonna be tanking next week.
Probably. Depends on the outcome.
All right, I think we covered pretty much everything, unless the chat has more questions. I know a few people have been tuning out now, so I don't know if you guys want to talk about something before we go, or
No, I'm good.
all right. I guess we'll end it on that note, but I mean, it was a successful stream. Hopefully, we'll do this more often. We do have to figure out a day to do it and a time that works.
Yeah, this is kind of a weird time. People work and shit in the morning. I'm only up because I'm fucking dying.
Yeah. I mean, the holidays are coming up, so it's not as bad, but it's just, yeah, like we got to be more consistent on choosing a day and a time so that,
like I said, day and time every week.
yeah, so you guys will know in the future when we're going to be doing it and look forward to it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I mean, we just try to add a little bit of entertainment to the league besides just playing our games and talking trash in the chat.
It's definitely a cool thing to do.
Yeah, and I mean, if we could get other people that want to join, then great. We've had different guests on, so if you want to be a part of it, just let us know. I guess we'll end it there. So thanks for watching, and tune in next time. Fuck Prison Mike.